I would vote for Obama.
For Obama.
Barack Obama.
John McCain.
For Obama.
Obama.
Obama bilen.
Obama.
Obama, actually.
Yo votaría Obama.
Obama.
John McCain.
Obama.
Obama.
За Обаму.
Obama.
Hoje votaria no Obama.
Why is it so obvious?
I think after 8 years of an America which has been very much turned away from the world, it's time to have an America which is involved again with the rest of the world, which embraces multilateralism, which sees the world as a partner rather than an enemy. And I work a lot in the Middle East and in the Arab world, and I've noticed that the Bush administration has not just given America a bad name, but the West a bad name and democracy a bad name. And I think we need to turn that around really quickly for our own safety and for our own prosperity in the future.
Okay, and what do you think?
Why would you vote for McCain?
He's supposed to be things like pro-life and things like that.
So what's your opinion on?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't been following this, but I'd vote for Obama, I think. First of all, he's young, and as far as I could see, he favors the working class and fights hard for their rights.
Well, I think the candidate which would improve the image of the U.S., not only in Canada but in worldwide, I think right now would be Barack Obama, just because he's a different face. It's a different party, and I think everyone around the world, including Canada, feels that the U.S. needs an image upgrade.
Почему Обама? Потому что
Why Obama? Because I think he will be able to find common ground with the Russian government in the sphere of such global issues as ecology, poverty in the African countries, and international terrorism. These are issues that Russia and America could very successfully solve in cooperation.
могли бы решать очень успешно вместе.
Why?
I don't like. I just feel him like the right person who's able to and responsible enough to handle America a bit on the better side. You know.
How has it been so far? You don't? Do you agree with American?
Barack Obama.
Why?
Because I think that not just the U.S. but the world needs a different perspective. Because the States has the power to change a lot of things in the whole world. So far things are not so good. So we need that change.
I know that the Americans might be, right now, they might struggle with their economics issue, but what I think is more important for me is the U.S. foreign policy, because we are Indonesia, and I would like to see how the Americans under Obama, if he was chosen as a president, would have a different perspective and different policies when it comes to foreign issues.
I think the last one, war on Iraq, because I think that Americans were pouring enormous economic resources on this war, and that took away those money, took away the social programs and the environmental programs and all the other initiatives that that the government could invested and sponsored. So I think first things they got to get the problem with Iraq war solved, and then they can talk about other issues.
Y yo creo que para los estadounidenses lo más importante es
I think the most important issue for the people of the U.S. is the energy policy. The war in Iraq was in part for oil and all that. That shows that their concern is providing energy to the world. When oil runs out, the one who has the most will be the one who has the most gains.
y el que tenga más petróleo va a ser el que más va a ganar.
The most important to me would be the environment, because it's one thing that's going to be a lot harder to fix and replace than any other sort of issues that are going on in the world, with poverty. Obviously, with organisations and government can get involved in that, but the environment's a bigger process and a more drawn out involvement.
Environment is the most important issue, and America is in the center of the problem. If it started some radical steps to protect the environment, the rest of the world would follow. But at the moment, Americans are only interested in power and money, and are afraid of any changes. Nevertheless, I think the difference between US and the world will diminish.
If there's a change of government and change of political line, yes, we might consider in future just to see what's the other side. But otherwise, it doesn't seem to be safe to be in the United States. I don't know.
I lived in Great Britain for about 4 or 5 years, and I would be happy to go to the U.S. for holidays or just on a shopping trip, but I would not like to live there. The weak dollar is one of the reasons. The U.S. is a good place to go on holidays or shopping, since it is cheap there, but I don't think it is a good place to earn your living.
And I don't think so. I really like Brazil. I think we have a lot of potential, and of course we have some problems because we have a lot of politicians that are not really very good, and they are not really compromised with the people. But I think that Brazil have a lot of potential, and we can be a very good country, and even better than lots of first world countries outside Brazil.
Yes, I would leave my country in France because I think I like USA, I like the mentality, and I like the opportunity.
Nein? No. You always think that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, but I just don't believe in that. You have to fight for your place everywhere, and I have mine here, and I'm quite content with what I have here in Germany.
In the summer of 2008, we polled people in 16 countries across the globe, including the United States, and asked them a series of questions. Everything, the horse race question, who do you want, Barack Obama or John McCain? And then a series of other interesting questions. Would you come to the United States if you could? What are the most important issues facing the world? What do you think of the United States government? And the answers were intriguing, and they were scientific. We polled 1,000 people in every country, except South Africa, 500, but that's still a scientific poll. We used the most up-to-date polling methods, online polls, telephone polls, door-to-door polls where that was necessary. And the margin of error of this poll is very good, 3% in most places, and 1,000 people in most countries. So we got information that's very solid. You know, Reader's Digest is the largest circulating magazine in North America, and we have more than 50 editions around the world. We've always cared about the world, and we've cared about America's place in the world. Reader's Digest, the subscribers to Reader's Digest, the people who read us, the 30 million readers we have in America, know that America's a special place. They say the words American exceptionalism without blushing. But they think America's special, but they don't think it's the only place. They know that this is a world, and we have to fit into it, and we have to lead when we can. And so I think this fits Reader's Digest mission, it fits our readership, it fits us. There's a couple of other things. We did a poll, would you like to move here? Half the people in France would like to move to the United States. So people beat up the French, be careful. They like us over there. Well, you know, I just got back from both conventions, and the isolationist wings of the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are largely silent now. They're all but gone. Both parties are internationalists. Now, they stressed different things. McCain at his convention, John McCain stressed winning in Iraq, victory. The Democrats stressed working with other nations. But you know what? It's a global orientation. It's an acknowledgement by both parties that this is a small world we live in, and that we do have to care what other people think.